Students, we are in chapter 12, that is your domain name system, that is DNS. So in the previous class we have finished introduction that is related to each and everything, that is your IP address, IP addressing modes we completed, next URL, in that types of URLs we completed, and next we are in which topic by now? It is your DNS components. We are in the topic DNS components. So here the DNS components, it's of three important types. Here you people are having what are the three important components you people are going to have. The first one, it is your namespace, name server, and the next one, it is your zone. So we are in which component? We are in namespace. Already we are discussing namespace. Okay, wow. So in that namespace, already we what else finished? Yes, this namespace is categorized in the first one, it is your flat namespace, and the next one, it is your hierarchical namespace. Okay, wow. Flat namespace, and the next one, it is your hierarchical namespace. Next we finished domain namespace. Next we completed domain namespace. Yes, why you people are in need of domain namespace? Yes, it was designed to implement this hierarchical namespace. It was designed to implement the hierarchical namespace. Okay, wow. So hierarchical, it is going to have a root. So it is going to have a root. And the next it is going to have a node for you. Next it is going to have a node. The node is going to have values. So what are the values it is going to have? The first one, it is your label. And the next one, it is your domain name. The next one, it is your domain name. We have already completed these topics. So we have discussed label also. Label is nothing but it is your string, and it is going to have a maximum of 63 characters. Okay, wow. And the next we have discussed domain name also. So it is your sequence of domain name. So here each and everything are separated by dot for you. So these are the topics that we have completed in the earlier class, and by today we are going to continue with the same component only, that is your namespace. We are going to continue with the same component, that is your namespace. And by today, first we are going to see the basic rules of domain name. First we are going to see the basic rules of domain name. Okay, wow. So the first rule is it is going to have alphabets and numbers. So the domain can consist of alphabets, that is alphabets are from A through Z. And it can have digits, that is 0 to 9. It can have the alphabets A to Z and digits, that is from 0 to 9, that is 0 to 9. And the next one, hyphens are allowed here. Hyphens are allowed. But this hyphen may not be a first character, not first character. Hyphens are allowed for you, but not as a first character. The next rule is spaces are not allowed. The next rule it is spaces are not allowed. And the next one, special symbols are not allowed. Symbols are not allowed. And the next, it is can be of how many length? Characters long. Yes, it is your 253 characters long. Characters long. Minimum, it must have 2, and a maximum length is 63. Maximum is 63 for you people. Okay, wow. Yes, these are the basic rules. So these are not case sensitive. So I am going to write it here for you people. Okay, wow. Not case sensitive. Yes. So these are the 6 basic rules that are needed for the domain name. So first one, domain name consists of alphabets, that is A through Z, and the digits 0 through 9. And the second point, hyphens are allowed, but hyphens cannot be used as the first character of the domain name. So hyphens are allowed, okay va? But it should not act as a first character for you. And the next one, spaces are not allowed. And the next one, special symbols are not allowed for you. And the next one, it is domain names have the minimum of length 2 and a maximum of length is 63 characters. The entire is 253, that is your 253 characters long. So domain names are not case sensitive. What do you mean by case sensitive? It can be an upper character, lower, or a mixing of both uppercase and the lower case letters, okay va? So domain names are not case sensitive for you. So clear with the basic rules of domain name? Yes, next we can see the next one, that is your generic top level domain. So clear with the basic rules? Yes, next we can see the next we are going to see the generic top level domains. Generic top level domains. Yes, what is the first point that is under? So top level domain is the last part of the domain name. So this is nothing but last part of domain name. Okay, wow. And this used for generic purpose. It is mainly used for generic purpose. Generic purpose and maintained. And who is going to maintain it? Maintained by IANA. It is going to be maintained by IANA, that is nothing but Internet Assigned Named Authorities. Okay va? Generic top level domain name. அதாவது உன்னோட web addressல இருக்கும்ல lastல www.google.com you people are having, no? Yes, that is your generic top level domain. So this is your last part. www example people see here. So you are going to have simple example, google.com. So this part is your generic top level domain. So this is your last part of the domain. Domain name last part. This is your last part. This is just for the purpose of generic purpose. Generic purpose na, whether it is a commercial, whether it is educational, to identify for that purpose, you people are going to have this part. And it is authorized and it is maintained by IANA. What is IANA? It is nothing but Internet Authorities for Assigned Names. It is your internet authorities for assigned names and numbers. Okay va? Yes, here we can have few example, that is so .com is for your commercial, .edu is for your educational, next .gov is for your government, and the next one .mil is for your military, and the next one, simple one, you people can have org. It is for your organization. These are the few examples for generic top level domains. That is .com is for your commercial organization, edu is for educational institution, gov is for government, mil is for military groups, org is for non-profit organization, NET, that is net, is for networking organization. Next one, info is for your information service provider. Next it is your information service provider. And next we are going to see the next one. It is your country top level domain names. It is your country top level. So just now we finished generic. So to the last, what you people are going to have, that we discussed. And by now we are going to discuss the next one. It is your country top level domain. country top level domain names. Here the country domain uses 2 character. It is going to use only 2 character of a country. It is going to use a 2 character of a country abbreviation. For example, if you are going to have google.in means it is India. Okay, wow. If it is going to have google.us means it is your United States. If you are going to have fr means it is France for you. Then next, if you are going to have UK, it is your United Kingdom. It is your United Kingdom. If you are going to have CH, if you are going to have CN is China for you. Similarly, if it is JP, it is Japan. If it is .pk, it is Pakistan, and .sg, it is your Singapore. Okay, wow. So these are the few examples that are related to country top level domain names. Country top level domain names. And by now, we have nearly completed the first component. It is your namespace. First component we have completed, namespace. So under the first component, namespace, what else you people have to write? Yes, first you have to write about the namespace. Here it is categorized into 2, that is organized into 2, that is your flat and hierarchical. The next you have to write the domain namespace. So it is designed to implement this hierarchical namespace. So in the domain namespace, it is going to have a root, and the root is going to have the node, and the node is going to have the values label and the domain name. You have to explain each and everything just for the first component in DNS component. Okay, wow. After that, what do people have to write? Next we have discussed basic rules. Next, basic rules you people have to write. Then next you have to write generic top level domain, generic top level domain names, and the next one, it is your country top level domain names. Okay, wow. So these are the topics that we have discussed under DNS component. That is your first component. It is your namespace. So by now we have completed the first component. It is your namespace. Yes, by now we are going to have the figurative representation for domain namespace. Okay, wow. So first level, it is your root. Root, that is your level 0. It is your level 0, and from that next you people are going to have the domains. Okay, wow. Yes, you people are going to have the domains. As much number you people will be having. First, for example, you people can have here, it is your com, it is your edu, and here it is your org. Next it is your ad. And like that it will be going on for you. Okay, wow. So these are your domain. First you people are going to have the root. Next you people are going to have the domain. From that you people are going to have many subdomains. You people are going to have many subdomains. Like this it will be going on for you. Like this it will be going on. So this is your figurative representation for domain namespace. It is your representation for domain namespace. Yes, next we are going to have the domain representation of one website. We are going to have a domain representation of one website. Yes, we can have like this. Yes, for each and everything you will be having a root. So it is your root. Next it is going to have the domain name. That is, here we have discussed, no, like that. Here to the side, it is in for you. Here it is com. Next you people are going to have net. Next it is your .org. Like that you people can have. Okay, wow. Under org you people can have CERT. Like this you people can have. That is your subdomain. Similarly, under in, you people can have many subdomains that like AC, then military, that is your MIL, next one .co. Like that it will be going on for you people, okay? Wow. Like that this will be going on for you people. Under next you people can have .gov. Under government, again it will be .tn, that is your Tamil Nadu. Under that you people can have some others, e-services. Like this the subdomains will be going on for you. So this is your root part. Root part is always and compulsory and important. It is going to have the null value, so the domain name will be terminated by dot for you. The next it is going to have subdomains. Here it is your in, okay, it is going to have domain. Next only it is going to have a subdomain. So this is one of the example for www.tnert.org. For this website, the domain representation will be like this only. So this is your domain namespace. It is your domain namespace. In this, that is a general format. In this space, like this only it will be represented for you. And this is along with your example, that is your www.tnscert.org. So clear with the topic we have discussed by now. So by this we have completed the first component, that is your namespace. And next we are going to have the next component. It is your zone. By now we are going to have the next component. It is your zone. We can see the name server in the next class. By now we are going to continue with the topic, that is your zone. So what is a zone for you? Yes, the entire namespace is divided into many zones for you. So the entire namespace is divided into many zones for you. It is the area up to which the server can access. ஒரு சர்வர் எவ்வளவு இடத்தை அதாவது தன்னால் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ண முடியும், அதாவது நம்ம எவ்வளோ தூரம் சிக்னல் கிடைக்கும்னு சொல்லுவேன்ல, ஸோ லைக் தேட் ஒன்லி எவ்வளோ தூரம் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ண முடியுமோ that area is called as your zone. That area is called as your zone. So namespace is divided into many zones, for you people, okay, yes. So by this definition you people can define the zone. Zone is defined as a group of continuous domains and subdomains. So zone is defined as a group of contiguous domains and subdomains. Okay, so if the zone has a single domain, then that zone and domain are the same. ஒரே இடத்துல இருந்ததுன்னா அதுங்க என்ன இருக்கும், zone domain ஒன்று தான். If the zone has a single domain, then here zone and domain are same. Zone and domain are same for you people. So here zone is nothing but the entire namespace is divided into many different zones for you people, okay va. It is the area up to which the எந்த இடத்த வரைக்கும் சர்வரில் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ண முடியுமோ அதை நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்ல போகிறோம், zone சொல்ல போகிறோம். So zone is further divided as a group of contiguous defined as a group of contiguous domains and subdomains. If the zone has a single domain, then the zone domain என்னதான் உனக்கு ஒன்று தான், ஓகேவா. So every zone has a server which contains a database called the zone file. So every zone will be having a zone file for you. So zone file நம்மளுக்கு என்ன இருக்கும், you people will be having information, that is you will be having the database. So that is called as your zone file. Zones here, server contains a database, called as zone file. It is called as your zone file. Okay, va? So using the zone file, what you people can do? The DNS server replies the queries by using the zone file. Reply to the query will be here. Reply to the query. ஏன்னா டேட்டா பேஸில் எல்லா இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் உனக்கு ஸ்டோர் ஆகிருக்கும்ல, அப்போ கொஸ்டின் கேட்குறத பொறுத்து நீ என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், அந்த ஃபைலிலிருந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்லாம் எடுத்து யூ பீப்புள் கேன் ரிப்ளை அபவுட் வாட், அபவுட் தி ஹோஸ்ட். அந்த ஹோஸ்ட் ஜோனில் என்னென்ன ஹோஸ்ட் இருக்குன்னு என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், யூ பீப்புள் கேன் ரிப்ளை. ஸோ ஹியர் there are 2 copies of zone files are available. What are the 2 copies? The first one, it is your master file and slave file, and the next one, it is your slave file. Okay, va? So I repeat the points that are in zone for you. The entire area is divided into many different zones. So over zone எப்படி உன்னோட server access எவ்வளவு தூரம் இருக்கோ அதை பொறுத்து தான் the zone will be considered for you people. So the further the zone நீ எப்படி define பண்ணலாம், as a group of contiguous domains and subdomains. If the zoneல ஒரே ஒரு domain தான் இருந்ததுன்னா domainம் zone எங்க என்னது தான், சேம் தான். Similarly every zone, ஒவ்வொரு ஜோனுக்கும் it is going to have a server. Serverல என்ன இருக்கும், it is going to contain a database. So a server which contain a database is called zone file. It is called as your zone file. Similarly எதுக்காக ஃபைல் உனக்கு மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுறாங்க, just to reply the query about the host in its zone. அந்த ஹோஸ்ட்டில் என்னென்ன query from the ஹோஸ்ட்லேருந்து எடுத்து நீ ரிப்ளை பண்ணுறதுக்காக you people are having your file, that is your database. Okay, va? So there are 2 copies of zone files are available. What are they? Master file, and the next one, it is yours, then it is your slave file. So by this we have completed the zone also. This is your next component in DNS. It is your next component in your DNS. Yes, next we are going to continue with the next topic, that is your resolver. Yes, it is your resolver. Okay, va? Yes, by now we can see what is the resolver. So before seeing that what is the resolver, so what topic we are discussing now? So here we are discussing domain name system, no? So this domain name system is a client server application. It is your client server application. What do you mean by client and what do you mean by server? Yes, server is nothing but it is going to have lot of information. From that the client is going to access the needed information. So that is called as your client server application. That's your client server application. Okay, va? Server is going to have lot of details and client is going to get few details from the server. Yes, that is your domain name system is a client server application. So here actually what is the resolver means, already I told you people, in a simple table like that is your namespace, you will be having here, you will be having your address, that is your google.com domain name. This is your domain name. You are going to have a domain name in the namespace. So correspondingly here you are going to have its IP address. So example only I am giving, it's not your exact correct one. Okay, va? So this is the IP address of this domain name. This is the IP address of this domain name. How you people are going to identify this one? Yes, this task is done by the resolver. So for which domain name, which IP address to be related, yes, that mapping is done by the resolver for you. So that mapping is done by the resolver. Which domain name is going to have which IP address. Simple to tell, எந்த IP addressக்கு எந்த domain nameன்னு கரெக்டாக உனக்கு மேப் பண்ண போகிறது யாரு தான், resolver தான். So that is going to be done by the resolver. ஓகேவா? ஸோ resolver அதை எப்படி பண்ண போகுது, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீ அஷ்யூம் பண்ணிக்கோ, நீ உன்னோட கம்ப்யூட்டரில் google.comன்னு டைப் பண்ணிட்டேன். டைப் பண்ண உடனே அடுத்த எண்ட் எங்கே தான் போகுது, ரிசால்வர்கிட்ட தான் வருது. ஏன்னா அவர் தான் என்ன செய்யணும், ஹீ இஸ் த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள் பர்சன் டு மேப் திஸ் ஒன் வித் தி கரெக்ட் ஐபி அட்ரஸ். ஓகேவா? அப்போ இந்த ரிசால்வர் என்ன பண்ணும், டக்குன்னு இமீடியட்லி இட் வில் பி சென்டிங் த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் டு தி சர்வர். பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு சர்வர்ட்டையாக கேட்கும், ஃபஸ்ட்டு சர்வர்கிட்ட கேட்கும், அங்கே அதுதான் கரெக்டான ஐபி அட்ரஸா அப்படிங்கிற சர்ச் பண்ணும். அப்படி இல்லைனா இட் வில் பி கோயிங் ஆன் வித் த நெக்ஸ்ட் சர்வர் அண்ட் லைக் தட் இட் வில் பி கோயிங் ஆன். அது எப்போ கரெக்டான இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை கரெக்டான சர்வர்லேருந்து வாங்குதோ என்ன பண்ணிடும், கரெக்டாக இட் வில் பி சென்டிங் த ரிசல்ட் பேக் டு யுவர், தட் இஸ் யூ ஆர் நவ் அ கிளைண்ட். அப்போ சர்வர்லேருந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் என்ன பண்ணிடும், கரெக்டாக கிளைண்ட்டுக்கு கொடுத்துரும். அப்படி இல்லைன்னா இது என்ன செய்யும், இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு கிவ் அன் எரர் மெசேஜ் ஃபார் யூ. ஒன்று உனக்கு கரெக்டாக இந்த நீ கொடுத்துருக்குற இந்த டொமைன் நேமுக்கு கரெக்டான ஐபி அட்ரஸ் சர்வரில் உனக்கு எங்கேங்கிறத கரெக்டாக கண்டுபிடிச்சிச்சுன்னா that resultant page will be displayed for you on your computer. ஓகேவா? ஸோ அப்படி இல்லைன்னா you will be having some error message. ஸோ மேப்பிங்கை சரியாக ரிசால்வரால் பண்ணலைன்னா it is going to give some error message for you. Yes, this is the actual concept that is behind the resolver. ஓகேவா? ஸோ here what it is, domain name system is a client server application. clientனா என்ன தெரியும்ல, client நீ தான் client, that is your user server. ஒரு மெயின் கம்ப்யூட்டர்லேருந்து you people are going to get the information. Host system is responsible to map the domain name to the IP address. So the mapping தான் உனக்கு யார் பண்ண போகிறா, it is done by the resolver. So clear with the topic that we have discussed by now. ஸோ இமீடியட்டாக ரிசால்வருக்கு மேப் ஆனால் ரிசால்வர் என்ன பண்ணிடாது, அதுதான் கரெக்டுன்னு உனக்கு தந்துடாது. இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஃபர்தர் செக் இட் அண்ட் ஆஃப்டர் செக்கிங் இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ப்ரொவைட் த ரிசல்ட் அக்கார்டிங் டு தட். அந்த இது இஃப் இது கரெக்டான இதுனா யூ வில் பி ஹேவிங் த கரெக்ட் வெப் பேஜ் ஆன் யுவர் ஸ்க்ரீன், அதர்வைஸ் த எரர் மெசேஜ் வில் பி displayed for you. So clear with the topics, what else we have discussed by now? Yes, by today we have completed few topics, that is first continuity of the namespace, then we have completed zone, and by now we have completed another one topic, it is your resolver. Yes students, remaining we can continue in the next class. Yes, thank you students.